Does anyone else hate running in the summer, or is it just me? So hello, welcome back to the weekly check-in, and today I'm going to run 35 minutes nice and easy, probably with some walk breaks in between as well. And I want to talk to you about this heat and marathon training in the summer, because honestly I don't think I could think of anything worse. Right, let's get some meters done. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Firstly, I do just want to say, if you did watch last week's video, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you haven't, I'll try and put a title card in there for you to go back and watch it. Just explains where I've been for the last 4 months. Yeah, I hope that explains a lot for you. I also very briefly, well not very briefly, I want to talk about the weather this week. So, full transparency, it's Sunday, 22nd of June, and we've just been through that really hot week, to the point where yesterday the high where I lived was 29, and I don't think that was the UK high either. I'll be honest, I'm not the best summer runner anyway. I'm very much a spring autumn type of person, and can't bear really running like at lunchtime or in the afternoon. So it's, well, I think it's just before 10 in the morning on Sunday, and it's 18 already. Now it isn't going to get much hotter than this the rest of the day, but still, having to come out that early to get it done, that's pretty mad. Right, through this bin. Yes, summer runner, I am not. Which got me thinking, it's marathon training this season for like Chester Marathon, because that I think's in October, and then like in the major season it's like New York, Chicago, there in the autumn as well. And I'm just thinking, like, so I ran a marathon last year. Filmed none of it. There's a whole video about that from like 6 months ago explaining. I just didn't do it. But whatever. Get back on track. So people are probably starting to train for their marathon now. And I look at the temperatures. I mean, I trained in the winter and the spring, and that to me was relatively comfortable. It was cold, don't get me wrong, and it was dark half the time, but comfortable. I can't help but feel like training for an autumn marathon is probably harder than training for a spring one. No, I've never trained for an autumn marathon, but if you have, let me know in the comments below, particularly if you've done both. I'm fascinated by, do you have to train slightly differently in the autumn for the autumn marathon than you do for a spring one? Like, genuinely, autumn training block is June, right? So 16 weeks into the future, 4 months, October. So yeah, you've probably not long started. How on earth Are you doing long runs in this heat? What time in the morning are you getting up? Or what time of the night are you running? Because if you've ran more than once this week in that heat, madness. But yeah, I can't wrap my head around it. Running in 29 degree heat. It's mad because it won't even like prepare you really for the October. And that's the thing I find increasingly, what got increasingly more harder for me last year was, so marathon day, if I remember, was about 10 or 12 degrees. So ideal running conditions. But this year, it was 20. But bearing in mind, memory serves, I think we had a relatively mild winter this year. But how on earth do you train for a 20? How do you even prepare yourself? And then conversely, you're doing long runs in the summer. You know, you could be out 3, 4, 5 hours in, you know, late teen, early 20s weather. How's that preparing you for a marathon where it's going to be 10 degrees cooler? I don't know. Just chatting shit this week, I think. But yeah, seriously, if you've got this far, let me know. Tell me if you've done both. Is there anything different you have to do? Because right, I'm 40 at the end of the year. I'm conscious. Like, I'd like to have done another marathon by the time I'm 40. So I'm half tempted to do an autumn one next year and a 2 for my 40th year. Like I say, I'm only tempted. I haven't signed up for anything or thought about anything yet, but I just would like to know what it's like marathon training in the summer, because the winter and the spring was tough enough. This feels like it'd be harder. Anyway, I just wanted to randomly talk to you about my thoughts about running in the summer and summer marathon training from the experience of never having done any training for a marathon in the summer. That's it for this week. I'll catch up with you next week. I'll see you soon. One last thing. It's my wife's birthday today when it comes out. So happy birthday, love, if you got this far. I love you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm sure I'm spoiling it. Bye.